Hey guys, it's Ryan G. Wright with DoHardMoney.com coming to you with a Just Ask Ryan question of the day. Super excited to have you with me today. Today's question is, how much does it cost to rehab a home? It's a question we get asked quite a bit, especially when you're dealing with rehabs or you're wholesaling or anything in the real estate investing realm. And there's a difference in some things here, depending if it's a rental property, depending if it's a high-end remodel, or somewhere in between. And estimating those can be challenging, especially for a lot of new investors. So before we deep dive into that, if you've got a question you'd like to have me answer, just type it in the comments below, and I'll create a video just like this answering your question, which I'd be super excited to do. So how much does it cost to rehab a home really comes down to the condition the home is in and the quality repairs you want to do. Like, you can put a carpet in some house for $1,000. In that same house you could spend $5,000 for the same square footage getting carpeted, based upon the materials, how good of a deal you did, what you paid in labor. So it varies quite a bit. But I think what this question is really answering is, how do I budget in order to make some offers on properties? Because here's basically what happens. You find an opportunity. You need a simple and easy way to determine how much it's going to cost in rehab. And then once you get it under contract, that's when you actually have a contractor go out there and give you firm prices. So don't get too caught up in the pricing initially, because if you do it right, you'll have the opportunity to have your general contractor go look at it before your earnest money becomes non-refundable. So basically what happens is, I'll throw down some earnest money, I'll give myself a week to get my contractor in there and get really established prices. And if it looks bad, I'm going to go back to the seller and renegotiate and say, you know what, everything came in a lot more expensive than we were expecting. If you could reduce the price by $10,000, we can move forward. And if not, I'm sorry, but here's the bid and here's what it costs, and those types of things. And so you renegotiate at that point. You want to get the contract tied up. So before you get a contract tied up, how much should you estimate? And I've kind of broken this down to a very, very simple. If you're doing a rental type rehab, plan on about $10 a square foot. So let's grab my handy dandy calculator right here to make it really easy. So if the property is 2,000 square feet, right, and it's $10 a square foot, in really simple math here, you're going to want to plan on $20,000. My fun calculator just did a deep dive. So really simple, easy numbers. 10 times 2,000 equals $20,000. That's going to be a rental type rehab. Let's talk about a light rehab, where you don't have to do a whole bunch of major stuff. About $14 a square foot is what I plan on. Times that by $2,000 is roughly going to be $28,000. Let's talk about a medium rehab. $26,000 times $2,000. $2,000 as a square footage. A medium rehab is going to be about $52,000. Rental light medium has to do with the quality, the materials, and the work that's going to be necessary in getting the work done on that property. The $2,000 is the square footage of the property. So let's do like a heavy rehab. This would be like high-end everything. It'd be 2,000 square feet times $37 would be $74,000 would be a heavy rehab. So again, a rental rehab is about $10 per square foot. A light rehab is about $14 a square foot. A medium rehab is about $26 a square foot, and a heavy rehab is $37 a square foot. And all of these are just approximates. This is a ballpark so you can get in the game of making some of those offers. So when you go to the property and you'll know what your comps look like and you have an idea what that property is going to sell for, you have to subtract your profit margin, your costs, your agent fees, and those things. And then you say, how much is it going to cost in repairs? And you walk around and say, am I going to do a rental rehab, a light, a medium, or a heavy? If you're like, oh, this needs to be a heavy rehab, we got to do high-end everything, we got to make this nice, you'll take out and say $37 times the amount of square footage equals what you should be budgeting in order to get that rehab done. Or you may say, let's do a light rehab. You do $14,000 times whatever the $14 times whatever the square footage is going to equal my light rehab budget. And that's, I'm going to break that into the numbers. Then I'm going to get the property under contract, and then I'm going to get my contractor out there to make the determination as to exactly what it's going to cost me. I'll get a firm bid from them in writing with timelines and schedules, and then if that all looks good, I move forward with the closing, and if it doesn't, I go back to the seller and I renegotiate. Now, a quick tip on all this is, if it's close, go ahead and get the property under contract, because you'd rather err on the side of getting the property under contract and having to go renegotiate than missing out on an opportunity, because these numbers don't say everything, right? So you could have a contractor goes out there that ends up doing the heavy rehab for less than $57,000 like we're estimating because of this or that. So you want to get it, try and tie things under contract, but this just gives you a general idea of the ballpark you want to be ranging in order to get the property under contract, and then you finalize that. Once it's under contract, then you get your general contractors out there and get a firm price. If it's good, move forward, and if not, you renegotiate. So I hope this is really helpful, especially for those new investors that are trying to figure out, how do I judge what I should pay in rehab? Because if you go try and call a contractor to come look at every property, you'll lose contractors really quickly. You only want to ask the contractor to come once you actually go under contract. And the better you get at this, the easier it will be. And you may modify some of these numbers based upon your area. As you've done a few deals, you may say, well, in my area, I can get a heavy rehab done for $30 or $42. And so you want to be adjusting those. And you'll have a really good feel for that as some of those adjustments as you do more deals. So this is a starting place to get going and making some of these offers. So if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It means a lot to me, and it tells the YouTube algorithms that we're doing a great job and you enjoyed the content for today. So please hit that thumbs up button. If you're currently not a subscriber with Do Hard Money, love to have you join and be a subscriber. This channel is all about helping people in real estate investing, in personal finance, in wholesaling, in fix and flip, in BRRRRs, any type of rentals. That's what we do. If you need some help with any of this, check us out over at dohardmoney.com. At Do Hard Money, we have softwares to help you find properties, softwares to help you value properties. We have advanced deal analysis. We have next deal blueprints that map out how to get from where you're at to where you want to go. In addition to that, we have funding and many other tools and resources, videos, scripts, training. We've got it all there, so check us out over at dohardmoney.com. We'd love for you to take a look at that. Otherwise, I would say make it a very profitable day, and bye for now.